Have you ever reached for a piece of food, taken a bite and immediately felt a chill down your spine? It wasn't the taste, the texture, or the smell. It was something more, a feeling that someone or something was watching me intensely. Not with physical eyes, but with awareness, almost as if my every move was being scrutinized. At that moment, I realized it wasn't just food I was consuming, it was potential danger. You might think I'm being overly dramatic, but imagine if that food carried a hidden spiritual warning. What if that bite wasn't just a flavor but a test, a spiritual evaluation of my choices and faith? Welcome back. Before we dive into this revelation, let's take a moment of silence. Close your eyes and reflect on the last meal you shared. Who was there? What did you eat? How did you feel? As you open your eyes again, remember, you're not just enjoying a meal. You're engaging in a spiritual chess game where every move matters. In today's exploration, we will look at 10 ways food tests our spirits. But before we continue, please don't forget to subscribe to stay updated with our life-changing content. Let's begin. Now, 1. The strange shift. When your appetite suddenly changes without reason, do you find yourself craving unusual foods? Do certain dishes suddenly become repulsive while others seem irrationally appealing? While these shifts could be attributed to our body's changing needs, fluctuating hormones, or even the environment, a deeper spiritual lens reveals a more intricate reality. In the realm of spiritual development, sudden and inexplicable changes in our dietary preferences can be viewed as subtle signs of spiritual realignment. Cravings for particular foods may not just be about taste or texture, but a spiritual pull towards or away from certain energies and frequencies. For instance, an aversion to meat could indicate a heightened sensitivity to the energy of animals, suggesting a growing empathy towards all living beings. Similarly, an unexpected hankering for fresh fruits and vegetables might signal a realignment towards a more natural, vibrant energy. Such shifts should not be ignored. They are nature's gentle whispers, guiding us to harmonize our diets with our evolving spiritual consciousness. By tuning into these cravings, we can make more informed food choices that nurture both our bodies and souls. Number 2. The watchers at the table. Dreams of eating in strange places or with unknown people. Have you ever found yourself partaking in peculiar eating experiences in your dreams? Picture sitting at tables laden with bizarre foods alongside enigmatic individuals, or in settings that defy logic. These dreams are not merely figments of your subconscious, but windows into the spiritual realm. In the tapestry of dream interpretation, such surreal culinary journeys symbolize a confrontation between the tangible and intangible, the known and unknown. The unfamiliar locations and company in these dreams represent the mysteries of the spiritual world seeking to intersect with your waking life. To understand these dreams, we must delve into the concept of spiritual communion. In certain spiritual traditions, food plays a pivotal role in rituals designed to establish connections with higher realms or entities. The act of sharing a meal is a symbolic bridge between the seen and unseen, allowing for the exchange of energies and information. The strange feasts and shadowy figures in your dreams may be manifestations of this spiritual communion, signifying a deliberate attempt by spiritual forces to communicate with you. The specific foods offered, or the demeanor of the individual sharing the meal, could hold clues to the nature of the message being conveyed. For example, if you dream of partaking in dark, dense foods with oppressive figures, it might signify an attempt by negative spiritual influences to cloud your intuition or drain your vitality. On the other hand, if you find yourself sharing a radiant, light-filled meal with ethereal beings, it could indicate a divine attempt to uplift your spirit or illuminate your path. By paying close attention to the details of these dream encounters, you might gain insights into spiritual matters or receive guidance on challenges you face in your waking life. However, it's crucial to approach such dreams with caution and discernment. If the experiences in your dreams cause feelings of unease, heaviness, or spiritual disconnection upon waking, it is advisable to seek spiritual counsel or perform protective rituals to maintain the purity and integrity of your energy field. Number 3. Feeling spiritually drained after eating certain foods. Have you noticed that? After consuming certain meals, you experience a profound spiritual lethargy. It's not merely a feeling of physical fullness, but a draining of your spiritual vitality. This sensation can be perplexing, leaving you questioning whether it's a figment of your imagination or a genuine spiritual phenomenon. However, when recurring, this fatigue may signal a spiritual contamination. In the realm of spiritual development, food is not just sustenance, but a carrier of vibrational frequencies. Each dish carries an energetic imprint that can impact our spiritual well-being. When we partake in meals lacking in conscious preparation or containing ingredients with lower vibrational frequencies, it can disrupt our energetic balance. For example, processed foods, which are often mass-produced and disconnected from their natural sources, may carry a dense, stagnant energy that weighs down our spirits. Fast food, consumed in haste and devoid of mindful intention, can introduce a rushed, chaotic frequency into our being. Similarly, sugary treats that provide a quick burst of pleasure followed by a crash may mirror the ups and downs of a turbulent emotional energy. Recognizing these patterns is crucial for maintaining spiritual vitality. One can mitigate this spiritual draining by making conscious food choices, prioritizing whole, unprocessed ingredients, eating mindfully, and aligning mealtimes with gratitude and intention setting can help maintain a higher vibrational state. By understanding the spiritual implications of our dietary choices, we can ensure that our meals nourish not only our physical bodies, but also our energetic and spiritual essence. Number 4. The repetition of forbidden feasts in your life. Have you ever found yourself repeatedly encountering situations involving food that evoke a sense of mystery and unease? Imagine attending gatherings where the cuisine, while enticing, carries an undercurrent of the unknown. Or perhaps you keep coming across individuals who persistently offer you peculiar dishes that you instinctively feel wary of accepting. These recurring experiences are not mere coincidences. They serve as subtle indicators of spiritual dynamics at play. In spiritual traditions, food holds a significant place in rituals and ceremonies, often serving as a conduit between the physical and spiritual realms. When you repeatedly encounter mysterious feasts or offerings, it's essential to recognize them as potential gateways to spiritual influence. These encounters may signify attempts by spiritual entities or forces to connect with you, either benignly or with more sinister intentions. The specific nature of the food or the individuals offering it can provide clues to the underlying spiritual currents. For instance, if you consistently come across individuals presenting you with blood-related dishes, or those containing elements associated with death and transformation, it might signal an attempt to introduce themes of sacrifice, rebirth, or spiritual evolution into your life. On the other hand, if you keep encountering offers of pure, wholesome foods from individuals radiating positivity and vitality, it could suggest an attempt to uplift your spirits and align you with higher frequencies. In such instances, it's crucial to exercise discernment and spiritual awareness. Trusting your intuition and avoiding unfamiliar or suspicious food offerings can help safeguard your spiritual boundaries. Consulting with spiritual guides or mentors can provide further clarity and protection as you navigate these enigmatic culinary encounters. No. Sudden guilt or conviction around food you once enjoyed. Have you ever experienced an abrupt shift in your relationship with a food you've always enjoyed? Picture savoring a dish you've loved for years and suddenly feeling an unexpected surge of guilt or conviction. This sudden change in perception is not merely a passing fancy, but a potential manifestation of your spirit's guidance. In the realm of spiritual development, our emotions serve as powerful indicators of spiritual alignment. When we encounter foods that evoke sudden negative sentiments, it's essential to pay heed to the underlying messages. The unexpected surge of guilt or conviction surrounding a once cherished dish signals a misalignment between that particular food and our current spiritual vibration. This could be due to various factors, such as an evolving dietary requirement, a need to cleanse our eating habits, or an attempt by our spirit guides to redirect our energy flow. For example, if you regularly indulge in rich, heavy meals and suddenly feel an overwhelming sense of guilt after consuming them, it might signify a spiritual prompting to lighten your energetic load. Your spirit could be guiding you towards lighter, more wholesome foods that better align with your current energy frequency. Similarly, if you abruptly experience a strong aversion to a food you've always liked, it could signal a need to release certain energetic patterns or attachments associated with that particular dish. By heeding these intuitive cues, we can adjust our eating habits to better serve our spiritual growth. It's essential to approach such changes with openness and identifying any negative associations, past traumas, or spiritual imbalances related to specific foods can shed light on the root causes of these sudden shifts. Through conscious choice and mindful consumption, we can honor our spirit's guidance and ensure our dietary habits support our spiritual evolution. 6. People around you keep offering the same suspicious foods. Have you ever found yourself in situations where multiple individuals persistently offer you the same food or drink with unusual insistence? Picture attending gatherings where acquaintances or even strangers repeatedly bring you peculiar dishes, often matching those you've encountered in your dreams. These repeated encounters are not mere coincidences, but potential signs of spiritual activity. In the realm of spiritual dynamics, food plays a significant role as a catalyst for spiritual communion and influence. When several individuals independently offer you the same unfamiliar food, it's crucial to recognize it as a potential avenue for spiritual contact or manipulation. These individuals, whether consciously aware of it or not, may be acting as conduits for spiritual entities seeking to interact with you. The specific food offered can provide clues to the nature of the spiritual forces at play. For example, if you keep receiving dark, dense dishes from individuals who seem burdened or drained, it might signify an attempt by negative spiritual influences to burden you with their energy. On the other hand, if you consistently encounter offers of radiant, revitalizing foods from cheerful and energetic individuals, it could suggest an attempt by positive spiritual forces to uplift and empower you. In such scenarios, it's essential to exercise discernment and spiritual protection. Trusting your intuition and politely declining unfamiliar food offerings can help maintain the purity of your spiritual energy. Seeking guidance from spiritual mentors or communities can provide further insight and support as you navigate these intricate spiritual currents. Dreams of being fed forcefully or eating against your will. Have you ever experienced dreams where you're compelled to consume food against your will or preference? Imagine being forcefully fed by shadowy figures or waking up from dreams where you're trapped in a feast you neither desire nor recognize. These dreams are not mere expressions of a troubled subconscious, but potential manifestations of spiritual intrusion. In the realm of spiritual warfare, dreams serve as battlegrounds where spiritual forces vie for dominance over our thoughts, emotions, and energy. When you find yourself compelled to eat against your will in dreams, it signifies a forceful attempt to impose spiritual influence or control. The dream scenarios of being forcibly fed or trapped in unwanted feasts symbolize a struggle to maintain autonomy over your spiritual and energetic boundaries. The dream's unsettling nature points to the malevolent intent of the spiritual forces attempting to manipulate your consciousness. Such dreams often carry warning signs of potential spiritual bondage or energetic exploitation. It's crucial to take them seriously and implement protective measures. Upon waking, it's essential to ground yourself through practices like meditation, prayer, or connecting with positive affirmations. Engaging in spiritual cleansing rituals can help dispel any lingering negative energy or intrusive spiritual presences. Seeking guidance from spiritual advisors or communities can also provide support in navigating and overcoming such challenging dream experiences. Remember, your dreams are not just stories of the night, but messages and warnings from your spirit. Animals reacting strangely when you're re-eating. Have you ever noticed peculiar reactions from your pets or animals when you're about to eat or during your meal times? Imagine sitting down to a meal and observing your cat or dog suddenly becoming agitated, growling, or hastily retreating from the dining area. These seemingly random reactions are not mere quirks or instincts, but profound spiritual insights. Animals possess a heightened sensitivity to spiritual energies, often perceiving realms beyond our human senses. Their sudden shifts in behavior around mealtimes serve as potent indicators of unseen spiritual currents. When you notice animals becoming agitated, growling, or hastily retreating during or before a meal, it signals potential spiritual contamination or disruption within the food or the act of eating itself. This heightened response from animals indicates that the food may carry negative spiritual imprints, attract unwanted spiritual entities, or disrupt the harmonious flow of energy. For example, if your pets display extreme aversion to a particular dish or ingredient, it might signify a spiritual association with fear, decay, or discomfort. Similarly, if they become restless or agitated during mealtimes without any apparent cause, it could point to an energetic imbalance or spiritual intrusion within the food or the act of consumption. In such instances, it's advisable to exercise caution and spiritual awareness. Trusting your intuition and avoiding suspicious or troubling foods can help maintain a pure energetic environment. Consulting with spiritual mentors or communities can also provide guidance in understanding and navigating these complex spiritual dynamics. You pray after eating certain meals. Have you ever experienced a peculiar difficulty in connecting with the divine after consuming certain meals? Picture sitting down to pray, yet finding your mind inexplicably foggy, distant, or unable to focus on spiritual matters. This sudden spiritual disconnection is not merely a product of overindulgence or laziness, but a potential indication of spiritual interference. In the realm of spiritual growth, maintaining a connection with the divine is essential for clarity, guidance, and protection. However, when you encounter persistent challenges in prayer following specific meals, it signifies a strategic spiritual attack aimed at disrupting your spiritual equilibrium. Certain foods, particularly those lacking mindfulness in preparation or containing dense, heavy ingredients, can act as barriers between your spirit and the divine. These meals, often consumed in haste or devoid of intention setting, can introduce a chaotic, distracting energy into your being. For instance, indulging in excessive quantities of processed, sugary or fried foods may weigh down your spirit, clouding your intuition and hindering your ability to focus on prayer. Similarly, consuming alcohol or substance-infused meals can impair your spiritual clarity and connection, making it challenging to ascend to higher states of consciousness necessary for meaningful prayer. Recognizing these patterns is vital for spiritual resilience. By being aware of the potential spiritual implications of our dietary choices, we can select meals that support rather than hinder our spiritual connection, prioritizing whole, nourishing foods. Eating mindfully and infusing meals with intention and gratitude can help maintain a clear channel to the divine. In moments of post-meal struggle during prayer, grounding techniques like deep breathing, meditation, or connecting with positive affirmations can aid in restoring spiritual focus and dispelling any intrusive spiritual energies. Now, discernment over diet. Not everything edible is permissible. Have you ever pondered the deeper significance of the foods we consume in relation to our spiritual well-being? While food is essential for sustaining our physical body, it also carries profound spiritual implications that often go unnoticed. In the journey of spiritual development, it's crucial to recognize that not everything edible is permissible for our spiritual growth and alignment. While some foods nourish our physical bodies, they may contain dense or chaotic frequencies that hinder our spiritual progress. Indulging in excessive, overly processed or substance-laden meals can introduce turbulence into our energy fields, clouding our intuition and weakening our connection to the divine. Similarly, partaking in meals that lack mindfulness, intention, or gratitude can disconnect us from the sacredness of the nourishment we receive, diminishing our appreciation for the energy it represents. In the realm of spiritual evolution, discernment becomes a critical tool in making conscious food choices. By recognizing the spiritual qualities of different foods and aligning our diets with our spiritual values and goals, we can enhance our well-being on all levels. This discernment extends beyond the physical properties of food, encompassing the energy, intention, and spiritual essence with which they are imbued. For example, choosing locally sourced, organically grown produce not only supports our physical health, but also honors the natural cycles and rhythms of the earth, connecting us to the divine source of all creation. By cultivating this spiritual discernment around food, we transform every meal into an opportunity for spiritual growth and alignment. Remember, your body is a temple, and what you feed it directly impacts your spiritual vibration and connection to the divine. As you embark on this journey of mindful eating and spiritual awareness, pay attention to the signs, trust your intuition, and honor the wisdom your spirit provides through these subtle yet powerful food-related experiences. What signs have you noticed in your own relationship with food? Have you experienced any of these spiritual phenomena we've discussed today? Share your story in the comments below. Your experience might be exactly what someone else needs to hear to begin their own spiritual food journey. Don't forget to subscribe for more life-changing spiritual insights, and hit that notification bell so you never miss our latest revelations. Your spiritual community is waiting to hear from you.